Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. So today I bring you guys loot from 10 hours of thieving from Rogue's Chest. The Wilderness Rogue's Chest, to be a little more specific, and this is located at the Rogue's Castle at approximately level 54 Wilderness. You do need 84 thieving in order to open up these chests, and if you are successful while unlocking it, you will receive 100 thieving XP and various treasures, including noted fish, runes, ores, and noted dragon stones. This was released into the game March 13th, 2014. So yeah, I actually kind of thought that this was in the game for a lot longer than that, but you know, relatively new. Well, not really, not as old as some things I've covered. Now, the gear for this video, since I was going to be protecting melee the whole time, was just prayer gear. I was actually unaware that white gloves and white boots, as well as a white full helm, gave a little bit of prayer bonus, so I did go with that setup. But if you want to go with monk robes and a mitre or using a stole, all of that works just as well. Now, you have to make sure that you right-click the chest and you search for traps. That'll basically enable you to open it, and you'll take 0 damage, but if you just do what I did in the very beginning and spam click a chest by left clicking, you will take a lot of damage, so make sure not to do that, although you'll probably learn that very quickly if you accidentally misclick. Now obviously this is in 54 Wilderness and it's right next to the Chaos Elemental, so you can expect there to be a little bit of PKing action going on, which is why I decided to bring a Staff of the Dead. I figured I had a couple escape routes already pre-planned, so this combined with my Staff of the Dead special attack would help me survive, so that's kind of why I went with that setup. Looking back now, I wish I would have brought Dragon Claws to defend myself in case I ran into any singles PKers, just because I wasn't really risking anything. I certainly wasn't going to be skulled, so I had the availability to bring a few +1s with me, but I really wasn't here for anti-PKing, you know, especially in multi. But as it goes for survival, I had a decent amount of Ceridome Brews and Super Restores, and you definitely need a few stamina potions if you're going to be opening these chests. There's a total of 3 chests, and they are separated by a few squares between 2 of them, and then the other one all the way to the east is a decent run, so stamina is definitely important here. Now, one thing that really surprised me was looking at the wiki. According to it, I would receive 1 hard clue scroll in approximately every 100 chests that I opened. Well, it turns out that I got a lot more than that, so I'm not sure if that is just not accurate or I got insanely lucky with hard clue scrolls, but I know for a fact that a Ring of Wealth doesn't increase your chances, so I don't know what was going on there, but it was so many clue scrolls that I'm actually going to be making a separate video to cover the openings on all of them. And here we are 90 minutes in to the 10-hour grind, and this is the first PK attempt of the video. At first I was thinking, alright, just 1 PKer, and then all of a sudden 3 or 4 showed up, and I didn't even have time to use my Staff of the Dead special attack, but I don't think that would have saved me. So that was an unfortunate death. Luckily though, the only thing I really lost of value was my looting bag, which is about 120k. And one thing I didn't factor into this video is actually the deaths. No matter if I died or not, I would always buy back anything that was in my looting bag because I wanted my bank tab to match my rune light tab, just so you guys got a 100% accurate representation of what you can expect in 10 hours of searching these chests. But don't worry, anytime I did get attacked, I would include that in the video, of course. You know, you can only get so much excitement while opening up the same 3 chests for 10 hours. And although I was getting a ton of clue scrolls, that was kind of keeping me sane because I would get them sometimes in 2 minutes, sometimes in 3 minutes. I think the longest dry streak I went on was 25 to 30 minutes, so I would always be able to take a quick break from the chests and just go about RuneScape and, you know, travel everywhere and do my clue scrolls. Luckily, you know, hard clues take no time at all, and eventually I was bringing Dragon Claws in my inventory as well as my spade, so it would just kind of speed things along. And it also gave me the option to anti-PK, although it is a numbers game in 54 Wild, so I don't know how useful those claws would come in handy, but you might see them used in this video. You never know. As I was browsing around YouTube trying to find a little bit more information on these rogues chests, I gotta be honest, I saw a lot of 1-hour videos, basically where people just tried this out to see the profit per hour and the XP per hour, and most of them came to the same conclusion that this is just not worth doing. It's not the greatest XP, and you can always make more money doing something else else rather than this. But that didn't really deter me from making this video. Even though 10 hours is a decent amount of time, I knew that this had some potential, and I gotta be honest, what I've kind of come to as a conclusion, and I know we're not at the price check yet, so I won't dive into the GP or anything like that, but this is definitely one of the best ways to get a hard clue scroll in a quick amount of time. I was pausing the timer after every single clue, and it's just ridiculous how quickly I was getting them. The Ring of Wealth had no impact on this, and I was 99 thieving, so I wasn't really failing opening the chests, although I don't think you're gonna fail that much if you're lower level thieving. So yeah, something to keep in mind if you don't feel like spending a lot of money on Magpie Implings to get the fastest possible hard clue scroll, this has definitely got to be in the top 5 methods of getting a hard clue quickly. Now, I will be able to compare other things. For example, what I'm working on next on my main starting tomorrow is 10 hours of Wilderness Cave Green Dragons, and I will be using a Ring of Wealth imbued there, so I'll kind of get to see how quickly I can obtain a clue during that grind. But I'd say the highlight from the Rogue's chest would just be how likely you are to receive a hard clue. And all the people in the world are doing hard clues these days for collection logs, whether it's Ironman accounts or main accounts. So yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind. Don't count these Rogue's chests out just yet. They do have some potential for giving you tons of hard clues, and of course you're going to be getting all of the other loot as well, which you really just need a looting bag for. And what are the downsides? Well, it is in 54 wild, so you do have the chance to die by PKers, and it's just not the best thieving XP per hour. But then again, I would really think most people would just be doing this method for either GP or the clue scrolls. Other than the hard clue scrolls, there are about 17 other items that you can get from opening this chest, and I would say the most useful ones, especially for Ironman accounts, would be the cut dragon stones, which you do get in a quantity of 2. So if you are lacking amulets of glory, or you want some Ring of Wealth stacked up, whatever the reason may be, this is a really good source of getting dragon stones. As a matter of fact, the same goes for cut diamonds, and as it goes for the uncuts, you have sapphires and emeralds, so all sorts of jewelry around these chests, which I really do like. Here we have yet again another PKer. What happened quite a few of the times that I got attacked was I would just run upstairs and escape, and yeah, most of the time they didn't even really chase me, so that was pretty strange. I also ran into a level 74 out here who was trying to kill me for some reason, and to be fair, he was doing a pretty good job of it, but you know, I don't really have any way of fighting back at this point, just a Staff of the Dead and full white armor. I had like no strength bonus, so I'm not giving excuses as to why I couldn't kill this guy, but yeah, I couldn't kill this guy, so I just figured I'd escape. To my defense, he also had an opponent who was hitting me every now and again, but they were nice guys. I just, you know, couldn't really bother with that anymore. Had about 2 hours left at this point, and yeah, just to cover some more drops, you can also expect some cooked sharks here and some cooked pike, which you know, what even is that? You know, it's nice to see some things that I haven't seen on the drop table of anything I've covered before. Another strange item you can receive is ashes, 25 of them being noted. Tinderbox, you get 3 of those noted. A decent amount of runes, you know, featuring death, chaos, fire, and mind. A little bit of iron ore, a lot of coal, and a ton of raw tuna. I did see a few people complain about the drop table here, you know, make it more profitable, etc. And honestly, I would agree. You know, you can certainly look at the drops here. It is kind of new, you know, it's not like it was in the original RuneScape. This was 2014, so I think this could definitely be looked at and updated, but I just don't see that happening anytime soon. Luckily though, I was able to receive 18 million thieving XP, and what you're seeing on screen here is my attempt at Antipeking. I only had 1 hour left, so I wanted to make this guy turn his protect melee off, so I just turned my prayer off and it worked like a charm, and all of a sudden there comes the Dragon Claw special attack, and you know, limited strength bonus, but I had some. But unfortunately, it was not enough to kill him, so I was so upset. I was like, man, if I can just get one anti-PK at the very end of this video, that would just make it, but no, not this time around. And to make matters even worse, I wasn't even able to escape this guy. I should have used the staircase. He even asked me at the Grand Exchange later on why I didn't, but I don't know. I just thought I'd get away from the obelisk. Little did I know, though, he had diaries completed and he was controlling it, so yeah, not the best ending, but hey, that's okay. We have loot from 10 hours of opening Rogue's chest completed, and now it is time for the price check. But before we get into that, just take a look at those clue scroll caskets. 49 hard clues in 10 hours. As it goes for the overall price check of 10 hours of Rogue's Chest, we have 5.95 million, so I'll go ahead and round that up to about 6 mil. So you're looking at about 600k an hour, 124 cut dragon stones, 700 diamonds, 545 emeralds, and 300 sapphires. So definitely a great place to go in order to get some gems. 358k XP, so about 35k XP an hour here. And really the highlight was the clue scrolls. I searched 3,581 chests and I did receive close to 50 clues. That should have been 35 clues according to the wiki, so either that is off or I am just really lucky with clue scrolls here. But nevertheless, I will be doing loot from 10 hours of a few wilderness activities, and I will stack up another 51 clues for you guys, and I'll be releasing loot from 100 hard clue scrolls as well as the masters that I get later on this week. So that'll be a nice little bonus video for you guys, and that'll help us out this month. Just stay awake, January. We are thriving. Well, that is it for now, guys. If you need a new computer, check out the link in the description below. It'll save you 5% off. A big shout out to the YouTube channel members. We hit number 6 recently, so that is incredible. And until next time, thank you guys for watching tonight. Mr. No Sleep, out.